Hi, folks, and welcome to their Sunday Morning Samoflange. I'm Matt.
I'm Benjamin.
Hey-yo!
We finished listening to the Gene Wilder audiobook now, and we're here on Saturday to give you a little bit of nonsense.
Hey, you know
because
what?
I waxed a little too poetic on the last one, and so I'm here to change it up.
You're going to have some fun here. This is a topic that we had come up with a long time ago, forgotten about it somehow. Because I asked you, I said, hey, did we ever do this? Because I remember it.
I said,
I remember you saying something about it.
And then you had to scan the titles of our previous episodes.
I scanned over the past 100 and something, and so I was like, okay, we haven't done it.
Hey, congratulations on 100-something episodes.
Well, yeah, I know, but I mean, if I was going back, I was like, surely we did this, because I remember thinking we should do this.
I think we even talked about it for a while.
We talked about it, and it just got left to the wayside. Well, then, I don't know how...
So here we are picking up our garbage and giving it to you on Saturday.
Yeah, Morning.
Samoflange. Oh, we're not finished yet? Okay, keep going. What's number 5?
Okay, 53
wait,
seconds.
crossover. I vote 1.
You say 1?
It's either going to be 1 or 0. It's got to be right.
Okay, I got to go 0 then.
So our topic is...
There's so many.
Top 5 movie replica props that we would like to own, which is a gigantic range of nonsense. And if anyone knows myself or Matt, we are a gigantic range of nonsense all on our own.
And I don't feel bad about saying, oh, wait, no, never mind. Never mind. That's led to next week's topic.
Oh, okay. I
can't say the
Don't say
mention.
it.
I can't say it.
Don't say it. Got to save it for next week on Saturday
morning.
No, not yet.
Oh wait, not yet. Okay. So I'll go first. I don't mind. Number 5 is just I came up with 5 and I said, okay, what else is there out there? And I couldn't find anything else.
I'm really curious to see how seriously you took this topic.
I feel like this is the one I fall short on, but when I think about it, I was like, no. But
no, really?
I want Ferris Bueller's jacket.
What?
I want Ferris Bueller's
jacket.
Are you
serious?
I know. Isn't that weird? No one is going to get that. It's not that famous a jacket, but I want Ferris Bueller's jacket.
Not no one, but...
Well, not many people would realize
but
I was wearing Ferris Bueller's.
Tell me what it is about...
I love Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I understand. Brilliant, wonderful movie. Thank you, John Hughes.
It's his finest. It's his finest.
It's fantastic.
And... that jacket just symbolized everything that was cool as a youth.
Did you skip school a lot when you were
No. We can never be like him.
Of course not. That's part of the appeal?
Ferris is...
Do you think?
Ferris is the ultimate rebel.
Because you couldn't do that.
No, you couldn't do that. You couldn't do that. And I like how, even though Martin Sheen is shown as the punk rebel at the end. Charlie Sheen. Excuse me, not Martin Sheen.
Charlie.
Whoa, hello.
Oh, hang
Charlie
on.
Sheen. Charlie Sheen. But to be honest, the real rebel is Ferris. And
the real rebel.
I don't know. I just, as I kept thinking about it, I was like, no, I just like that jacket, man. I want that jacket. That's the most ridiculous one. Hold on, let me make sure.
I feel like
say that.
I wanted to ask you that.
It probably is the most ridiculous one. No, it's not.
All of mine are ridiculous.
Mine are pretty. Mine get
absurd.
Ridiculous after number 4. After number 4, the ridiculous.
I don't even know if I have a real top 5 with this, just because I really listed the top 5 things that came into my head. I'm like, that would be funny.
That's all I did too.
And it's really just that would be funny. Like that's where my head goes.
I want to hear what number 5 is.
That would be funny to hear. What did I put on here?
Number 5.
Well, number 5 is one of the tickets, the golden tickets from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, like one of the original tickets.
If that was a good choice,
I would want that one. I would actually want that because it symbolizes so much. And how many times did you open that Wonka bar and just think maybe, just maybe, you knew it wasn't going to happen, but just maybe.
I'd never get one because I think it'd make the chocolate taste bad.
Exactly.
I'm telling you.
Exactly. And that's what prompted that podcast last week is because you did that great quote. You landed that same quote just as flawlessly this week as you did 2 weeks ago or whenever we filmed that or recorded that podcast.
Recorded that one. You know what? That is a really
I bet that makes the chocolate taste terrible.
That is a really good quote. I do know of another honorable mention.
I know that there are tons of the golden tickets that you can get, but I want one of the. Well, yeah. I want one of the original. That's what the qualification for all this whole list is
nice replica of that
the all capital letters THE item from the movie or one of those that is the original.
See, because I thought I wanted the little mantle from the Batman Robin TV show that he lifts up the head and turns the knob and the bat pulls come out.
That's a terrible one.
But the thing is, though, it would have to do something when I turn that knob. I mean,
so if you were,
it's not impressive. That's why it didn't make the list.
If you had Bruce Wayne money, what would you make it do?
Oh, heck yeah, we'd going down poles into a Bat cave.
You would have a full-on Bat cave if you had unlimited money.
Yes. Oh, come on.
Is this another podcast topic?
T-Rex.
Is this another podcast topic?
Think about it.
Have we already hit 3 of them right there for you? Your top 3?
I don't know.
T-Rex.
We're gonna. Yeah, I mean,
genetic engineering.
Big Joker card is in the. Back of him. This is all that's in the Bat Cave.
This is just in the cave. We're not even talking about in the living room. This is just the cave.
This is all replica, folks. I'm kidding.
No, not really.
No. But no, that was just an honorable mention. But I'm sorry. So your number 5 was the Golden Ticket.
No. No, I mean they're all absurd to me. But that's just one of the things that came to my mind. It's like I really want that.
My number 4, no one will ever make, and it's sad because it's not that famous. It's the only Star Wars prop that I have on here.
Oh.
And it's not going to be anything that the regular fan would notice, but any fan of the Ewoks movies would. I want a life monitor.
Oh, my
It's a little
word.
bracelet that lights up when all their family is alive and then goes dead when one of their...
My
the lights
word.
go out when their family passes away.
Wow.
A life monitor just to wear as a bracelet would be light up. No one would know unless the hardcore fan would know. I'd walk around a con, and if someone got it right, I'd hand them an extra life. I hope I have another life monitor just to hand out to them as a reward.
You're a part of the family
if they
now.
Say, excuse me, is that a life monitor from the Ewok movies? I'd be like, yes, and you just earned yourself
Welcome
one.
to the family, my child.
Yeah, you would be part of my family at that point. I just think that would be
and that is so
awesome.
outstanding. Just because from where I sit while we are recording this podcast, I always get a front row seat of all of your Star Wars books.
Yes, you do.
And I don't know if everyone who listens to this knows that you have them all. And you read them all. And that of all the EU, of all the canon,
that's the one thing.
That is the one thing from Star Wars that you chose.
Yes.
Is the life monitor.
Yes.
There's not even, can you dig right now and find something in the EU that you would want? Like,
No, it'd just be that. I just love those movies so much, and I love that life monitor, and I'm like, yeah, I wish they'd make one. They're never going to. No one can, and I'm too stupid to figure it out.
Look, bruh, someone who would honestly, your audience is probably right here. You know, the people who would listen to this podcast are the same ones who would dress up
me a life
obscure
monitor.
as heck and go to some massive con.
That is pretty obscure, but I was because when I was doing this list, it's like, okay, well, what from Star Wars would I want? A lightsaber, a blaster,
of course,
but
of course,
they make all those in excess,
exactly,
and you can get those easily. But I was like, what's something I'd really like? You know what I'd really like? And I thought about it. I said, I'd really like a life monitor because I've seen the blaster, I've seen the lightsaber, and I'm like, that's all right, I can go without that.
Well, see, that's
when I'd see a life monitor that's so unique.
That's true.
And part of my childhood.
That's
true.
It
doesn't have to be that's cool. It's just something that I like.
No, I totally. That's what the rest of this list is going to be for me, for sure. Just stuff I like.
For years, it's not out there right now, but for years, we had a. Oh, wait.
Uh-oh.
Is it out there? Did we put it back out? I can't remember. But we've had not a movie, but a TV prop out there for years in our living room.
What?
It may have been put up this past year, but it's been there for years. And I said, let's see. We won't tell anyone, and let's see if anyone knows. And no one has got it.
What are you talking about?
They have to. Now that I don't. Let me see if it's out there.
We'll see if I catch it now.
We took it up at Christmas. And I don't think I brought it back out.
Is it something as obscure as the life monitor? From the Ewok movies that even Star Wars fans don't know about?
It's from a TV show that everyone is familiar with.
All right.
Or I would say majority of people are familiar with. But you would not expect to see this in someone's home.
Interesting.
So I just said, just put up here. If anyone says anything, we will say yes.
That's fantastic.
But no one said anything. But again, I don't know if it's out because we did.
Is there any?
We didn't bring out all of our stuff after Christmas this year.
There's no bonus reward for finding it and being accepted into the family or anything like that. Maybe. Possibly.
Well, I mean,
it hasn't happened yet, so who knows?
Anyway, so but this is some of the stuff I'd like to have around. Well, actually, the next 3 things on my list I'd like to have around the house, just laying there, not bringing attention to them. But if anyone saw it and go, "Hey, is that a?" I'd be like, "Yeah."
Yes, it is. One of my favorite costumes I ever did, and it's not totally obscure, but Dr. Horrible sing-along blog, which was, I think, 2009.
Yes.
During the writer's strike.
Yes.
With Joss Whedon and Neil Patrick Harris. I had a custom-made lab coat designed for me and cut for me to go to Comic-Con with, and I had the full-on Dr. Horrible outfit. I went with the white Dr. Horrible. It was exactly like the one from Firefly, which are the doctors, the costume that they used, and I had the white shrimping boots that I got from South Louisiana, special ordered, and I had the welding gloves and the welding. I had the thing, the
goggles,
goggles. Thank you. And I mean, it was spot on. Everything he had on, I had it. And then I ran into one guy who had the red version at the end of Dr. Horrible sing-along blog. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's the evil, like the one who made it to the Evil League of Evil.
You're finally there.
And you know what was amazing about it? And I wore this at Salt Lake City FanX, the first one I ever went to, and the first one ever. And it was so magnificent, A, that so many people recognized the costume, but B, that there were like so many Captain Hammers there, and
that's
so many people.
He's easier to dress up as.
Exactly, the husbands who didn't want to go, or the people who are like, whatever, I'll just put on the hammer shirt and these gloves and I'm done. Good. And that was exactly what happened. But they would see me, and we would instantly get into character. I don't know these people.
That's great.
But we would both get into character. We'd pose for a picture with the family and do whatever.
That's
and
great.
I've never seen them again in my whole life. But that's what the beauty of Comic-Con is. It is very nerdy, but that's so much fun. It's to meet people who really like the obscure stuff that you do. And that's what's made it great.
What's number 4?
Number 4, and it's funny because I wanted to put something on Star Wars on the list, and if I could have, it probably would have been like at number 4 or something, but I couldn't really think of anything. I don't have anything from Star Wars. I said,
that's the only thing I had.
It's one of my biggest fandoms of all time.
One
of
the
biggest fandoms.
Obviously, mine
Clearly
too.
Yours too, but
the thing is, though, if I was wanting anything, it'd be something like that.
Is it because we've seen it done by the 501st so well?
Yes, it's been done by the 501st so well, plus replicas of every gun, of every lightsaber, everything's already out there.
Right.
So we've seen that before.
It's not quite as...
So we want... hey, if you wanted it, that'd be fine. It could be on your list.
Fantastic.
But for me, I wanted something unique and stuff I haven't seen.
I agree. And I love that. Shout out to the 501st, first of all, because of
they're amazing.
The things that they do, but also for the enforcement of the quality that you have to have. There's no sidestepping that stuff.
There's some strict quality
some strict stuff in there. So thank you for that, guys. So what I had in here was the pairing of Star Wars, and the reason I brought it up is because I want one of Indiana Jones's hats from the first movie. And I talked about how much I loved Indiana Jones in the last time, and I know it's kind of cliche, but I would want one of those hats just to pretend I was Harrison Ford for a second.
I have one.
I don't want to talk to you anymore. What's your number 3?
I got that in the whip.
Number 4.
At Disney World. They were selling them both. I said, I need the hat and the whip.
But
and you know what? They don't sell the whip anymore.
But that's the thing.
It was actually a weapon.
I don't want the replica at Disney World. I want the
actual hat. No,
I want the hat.
No, I know the hat.
And I know there must have been. The prop master probably made 25 of them, right, when they were filming the movies. Probably more, but just I want, and all of mine. I should say, I want the one from the filming.
Funny you're talking about. Well, the replica, of course.
Yeah, I don't want a replica of. I want the.
Oh, wow, everyone.
That's what I'm saying. All of mine are like that on the list.
Okay, that's fine. But my number 3 is also Indiana Jones.
Shut up.
I want the idol.
I have the idol.
You didn't give me the whip?
I have it. I have it at my house.
You do.
I'm not kidding. I have the idol. You give me the whip. I'll give you that.
I'll hand you the whip.
We can reenact this entire scene, and we never knew it because you've never been to my house and you've never seen the idol.
It's phenomenal.
I have it on top of my computer right now in my office.
Well, I'm going to come over with a bag of sand.
Here's the beautiful part about the idol. It's a piggy bank.
That's awesome.
So it always varies in weight depending on how much money you've got in it. So you always have to guess. And you get to do the hand motions. You go, and you have to rub your chin just
yes,
so.
Yeah, I know everything about that. Shifting some of the sand, then pour a little bit more out.
And pour a little bit more out. Yep, and it's a piggyback. And
that's so funny.
That is the Indiana Jones prop that I have.
That's so funny.
Oh, you turd.
That's so funny.
How are we peanut butter and jelly? We didn't even know it.
This is great. This is great.
God.
That's all. I'm almost allowed to call that a crossover.
Is that our crossover?
I don't know. We may give a tie here.
We'll give it a 0.5.
It's not an official crossover, but it's pretty close. So right now we're both tied here.
If we had one, I wouldn't be surprised if that would have been the one. Like that would have what I guessed.
That was the one
something
that
like
I thought maybe we would cross over with. Okay. So
my first absurd one, which is number 3, is the pirate ship from Goonies. And only because it doesn't exist anymore. Because they built that dang ship and then no one wanted it and they couldn't do anything with it and they had to destroy it.
That's back then.
But
you didn't know it was going to be a classic.
Could you imagine having that?
Oh, yeah.
Like you live on an oceanfront property somewhere and you've got the ship. How long has it been since the Goonies came out? 85?
I thought it was 80. Oh, was it 85? I thought it was 87.
I don't know. I mean,
it's been a long time.
It's been a good long while, and yet there would still be probably a steady stream of people heading to go check out that pirate ship.
Exactly.
And that was on the list.
All right.
I want the pirate ship.
That's a massive pick.
It's kind of unattainable because it doesn't exist anymore. But just knowing, I think that was my first moment that was my moment of trivia when I first, as a kid, when I first heard that, oh, they really built that? And they had to do what to it?
And by the way, we're getting into things that I've seen. I have seen Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark Idol movie replica. I thought that was really cool, and I probably shouldn't have got it. I probably should have got it when I saw it. But number 2, I did see. I asked Megan if I could have it, and she said absolutely not.
You cannot have that in our house, Matt.
It's the Hellraiser puzzle cube. And I saw it, and I was like, what is this? It's a replica. And I went,
you can't have it because it would scare Megan.
Megan was frightened to death.
Yeah, of course. I knew it. I knew it.
It's the puzzle cube from Hellraiser. If you solve it, she went, you can't have that in the house.
Absolutely
not. This doesn't
not.
do anything. It's just a block of wood with
cannot have
paint
that
on it. No, couldn't have it. But I just wanted it just sitting over the side.
Hellraiser? Just because A, your wife said no, and B,
no. I have an affinity toward Hellraiser and the awful direct-to-DVD movies.
Tell me why.
I've seen them all. My buddy is a big.
This is coming from the guy who's a huge Tremors fan.
Yeah,
1 through 9 or whatever they are.
I watched the first 3 or 4 with my roommate. I thought they were okay. Well, I'm a sucker for direct-to-DVD.
How did you think they were okay?
They were fine. They were scary. It's a nice little thing.
Okay.
But anyway.
You're a sucker for direct-to-DVD stuff.
But direct-to-DVD
You're going to love the movie that I'm in right now.
But plus, the thing is, Blockbuster, I think we had that, unlimited rent thing.
The Blockbuster.
So you always wanted to be renting stuff, or you could get 5 for $5 or something.
Right.
There was always some special
whatever
going on.
Sucker idea they had.
You had to find something else. And so my cousin loved Hellraiser.
You didn't have to, but you had to.
And we would get the other Hellraiser movies, and we had a blast. In fact, some of them were pretty good. Some were garbage. Some were pretty. We thought, well, that was pretty good.
Wow.
And it still had, they could afford Doug Peterson for a little bit here and there. Mm-hmm. Not toward the end. He was like, you know what, I'll get paid the same, but you get me for one day. How's that? And then they did not a newer, but they brought him back for, after they tried something, I don't know. Anyway, they brought him back for a new direct-to-DVD sequel that was really weird. I watched it with Bruce, actually, again, who I watched the originals with. And actually, on Prince of the Universe, the other podcast I have, we did a Hellraiser. We reacted to, had his brother there, who was a big fan of Hellraiser. And we reacted to the newest direct-to-DVD sequel, and that was going to be Doug Peterson's swan song. That was his goodbye to Pinhead.
However,
no more Pinhead.
But
is he coming back?
I mean, you said it was going to be his.
No. It was. He's his done goodbye, with it. And it was just really weird.
So
but Will liked it because it was just really. I mean, you have a bunch of naked women vomiting in a trowel. And as they're vomiting, pieces of paper, parchment are going up. So you have to get the pieces of parchment from the vomit and combine it together to get the evil doctrine. It was really weird.
What?
It was really weird.
But
that's the thing. It's about that grotesque, unsettling
horror.
That's what Hellraiser is.
Well, I told you that I'm in a movie right now, right? and that I'm doing stuff on the weekends. No. I mean, that's it. It's
okay.
It's the working title of it, and maybe the final title.
It's Hellraiser 10.
Is Hellraiser 10, and it's subtitled Unknown Strangers, which is what is a known stranger? I don't know, but
okay. Well, yeah.
Look, I'm not the writer. I'm just one of the actors.
That's right.
And may just be a straight to DVD thing. I don't know. Might go to Netflix. Who cares? Point is, it's super fun, and you need to do it sometime soon. You need to be on camera with me, and it's a whole different level of acting.
Is the great Eddie Fountain a part of this too?
Oh my God, yes.
Yes, I know.
He's magnificent.
I know. He's always great.
I
was talking good about him the other day.
Eddie is a league of his own kind of thing. But what's beautiful is that the actors we've all kind of bonded separately in different scenes that we have filmed. And this past weekend was our first chance to have all 7 of the principal characters in the same scenes at the same time because of the scheduling, the way it's been done. And we're filming at the museum, and it has to be certain, only it has to be closed, and all these different rules and disclaimer, or what do you call it? The things if you die, you can't sue us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's lots of that involved. But this is the first time we all the main group got to film together, and we were all really so excited at the very beginning of filming, and it's really hard because it's friggin' hot for one most of the time, but and it's an action movie, and you're moving around a lot. And it's a lot of fun, but I've loved how much the chemistry has come together just with this group, and Eddie has made it so easy to react with. And he and his on-screen wife, they've got like a bickering, bantering thing that they have just created improv-wise, and I had to do the whole hey, like I'm always shutting them up in character, and that's not in the script. None of that's in the script, in the original script, and so it's so much fun to cut them off, but. Anyway, that's what made me think about that. So there's my plug, I guess.
That's great.
We'll have to
talk
about it whenever we have to get Eddie in here and talk about it some more. And then whenever it gets released, we'll have to tell everybody where to go activate their Blockbuster rewards accounts. And
we'll do a preview.
So they can rent it and polish off that 5 for 5.
Do you know when it's coming out?
We don't know yet. No,
okay.
we're still doing the principal photography.
When they find a date, then we'll come back and do one.
I think we're filming for another 2 or 3 weeks, and then we'll be done after that.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then they got to edit it and do all the fun stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff has to work from.
So it'll be a little bit.
What's number 2?
Number 2 is the Triceratops from Jurassic Park.
Wow, that's probably what Megan would say.
Yeah. Because I'm a huge,
it's all mechanical.
Huge fan of the Stan Winston School for Creatures and Character Arts.
Yeah.
And oh my God, that stuff that they made, the Terminator 2, the Queen Alien from Aliens, the Triceratops.
Holy cow, that'd be awesome.
All that stuff is real.
Yeah.
And
that's why it looks so good.
They built it, and that's why it still looks so good. Like
they hooked up a water hose, and that's water falling off its teeth, and it just looks great.
Unbelievable. And the creativity that they did.
The steam, the smoke.
Unbelievable. If you've never seen Aliens, kids, you've gotta.
It's so good.
Just watch it from a movie magic standpoint.
It's so
and
good.
It's fantastic. Now, things like Hellraiser, I'm sure there's some movie magic that happens there, but...
Stop watching after Aliens 3.
Not the idea. Don't watch the rest of the Aliens. Just watch
Aliens Resurrection. So sad.
Just watch. We're screwed, man.
So sad.
Screwed.
Oh, Aliens is great.
Yeah, Aliens is the best
Aliens
one of the
3
group,
isn't bad. My brother, for the longest, said Aliens 3 was his favorite, but now has reverted back to Aliens.
He's like, yeah.
But he said Aliens 3, they went bold and they did something different. When you knew what formula worked and you still tried to do something different.
Yeah.
And yes, that's true. But it's not Aliens.
That's true. So things like that. So the Triceratops was probably just such a genius thing. And you watch the documentary, and they just did that Movies That Made Us again. Did you watch the Jurassic Park?
Megan told me all about it.
She told you about it,
yes.
and there's a great bit because I've seen the behind the scenes of Jurassic Park before, but they had like new interviews that I had never seen in the Movies That Made Us with Laura Dern and them, and they said how their reactions were so very real because and they were like she started crying because it was right there her when she's crying in that scene when she's like, wow, look, it's real, like it felt real, and that's what was really great about
that's
it.
That's good movie magic there.
That kind of thing has always stuck with me, and I'm such a huge fan of anytime they can build it and make it real, and like the Goonies ship and everything
one
else.
Of the best examples of movie magic.
Oh,
John Carpenter's The Thing is another excellent example of movie magic.
Wow.
Terrifying without CGI.
No
terrifying
computer
today.
graphic help
today
at all.
Terrifying.
Yeah, I agree.
Those are prime examples of.
But I wouldn't want that in my living room.
No, those hands, no, not the alien hands. No. Okay, my number one. Is kind of snappy, but I knew this was what it was going to be. I want the Never-Ending Storybook.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I got so scared for a second because my number one is The Grain of Sand of Fantasia.
Are you serious? That is.
I said, I don't want the book. I want the single grain of sand. Because you know what that is? That's Fantasia. That's everybody's hopes and dreams. You make a wish and it comes true.
I thought you were going to ask for a luck dragon.
That would be my second wish. Are you kidding me?
First wish.
It doesn't matter. I'm not telling you on the air. But I can't believe you said that. Like, that's got to count for the second half of our crossover, right? You do not have the aura on around your neck right now.
Yeah,
you do not.
You do.
He's wearing the aura around his neck.
Yes.
Oh,
Atreyu.
Why did you stop reading Atreyu?
Why?
Come on.
No. I used to look at my sandwich and go, no.
Oh,
still have a long
still
way to
long.
go.
I did that all the time. Are you kidding me? I wished I had an attic to do it in.
Can you imagine? I would just put it on a pile of. I'd put it with a bunch of my books, and if you were smart to find it, you see the never-ending story.
It's right there on the
Surely someone's made this.
I feel like I've seen it.
Someone's made a bound copy of the.
They
the
must,
leather bound,
like a leather bound, full on,
with the horn on it and everything. Right. Surely, because I had a iPad book cover that was Never-Ending Story.
Oh, that's genius!
And I loved it. Now, I don't know where the book cover is. I looked for it before we went on this podcast this week. I can't find it. I know I did not throw it away. Okay. Even though my iPad was trash, I did not throw that cover away.
That's priceless.
I just can't find where I put it.
I'm still in shock. I can't believe that we both had the Never-Ending Stories on number one.
I'm going to give you the one crossover because we had two ships passing.
We had two pretty darn close.
Two ships passing in the night with India Jones. Everything. That's funny though. They're around the same order too.
You know what my first wish would be?
It's almost like we were in two different scenes singing the same song at the same time. Okay, that's if you saw the last podcast, you'd get that one.
My first wish would be for another episode of Saturday
Morning
Samoflange.
Hey, you know what else I'd like?
Tell me.
They don't know that we're still going.
Is it gonna be a Pepsi can and Cindy Crawford is gonna pop out of the top?
Hey, how did you know?
I'm in your head, man.
That was it.
This is it.
I don't even care if she's young or old.
It doesn't matter.
I don't care if she has a Pepsi or not.
Just give me a Coke.
Just give me a Coke. Just give me a Coke. Bring me a Pep. Do something.
This is ridiculous.
Is that something you would want?
Are we still going?
I can't believe it. Do you think they're still listening?
Well, I was talking about this. Remember in the 90s when everything used to have a hidden CD track? And you would have to let it play, and then suddenly you would you'd kind of be falling asleep after the last song, and then you'd hear some.
It was like a little jingle.
It was always a really soft melody.
Have you heard the Homestar Runner soundtrack?
I have. It's
song. You're the secretest song on the album. Secret song.
Yeah, but see, they don't do that anymore because you fire up Pandora or Spotify or whatever, and then it's like you see. What do you mean? This is a 27-hour track or 27-minute song, and you immediately know there's a secret song.
I would make it like a 5-minute track, but a 3.5 or close to 4-minute song.
Something where
give
there's
it a little
long,
bit,
good
then
pause.
Do like one of those.
It would probably work because the human attention span's 7 seconds long now. So
7 seconds?
Yeah, hang on. Shh, listen. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
That's the sound of your attention span halfway gone.
I wasn't paying attention what we were talking about.
Missed it. You're going to have to catch it next Saturday.
Morning
Samoflange. Has it been 7 seconds yet? They turned it off. They turned it off. And somebody is so mad at us right now because they couldn't hit the stop button fast enough. And they're like, I can't stand any more of this. He's gotta just, no, I'm not going to fall for it again, he says. That's what the person in his chair right now is listening to this. He's like, I'm just so tired. I just want to go to sleep, but Are you awake? Is now.
You remember doing that when you were kids?
Oh, man, you had brothers, and I'm sure
you did. Well, your sister didn't sleep in the same room when you were kids.
She did. We knew what would.
We
knew what would irk our parents to no degree, and that would be it. You know, like, don't wake up the parents, man. Like, are you awake? We're not gonna do that.
No,
that's terrifying. I need to get up and get Cocoa Pebbles in the morning and watch Saturday morning